Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to discuss Ripple's massive buyback announcement. We're going to talk about a new milestone for Pump.fun, and as always, some prediction market alpha. I'm joined here today by a special guest. He's been on the show a number of times, most recently a week ago. We've got Chris Coffey in the house. Chris, how's it been? It's been a week.
Morning.
How you feeling?
Good morning. It's been up and down, man. I feel like one day I was off the show. Bitcoin went from like 68 to like 75. And I had in my head, I was like, Ray said short Bitcoin when it like on the next pump. I was like, maybe I should. And then it retraced all the way back to like 68. And I think now it's like pretty much back where it was last time I was on the show. Exactly.
It's still in this range. And
yeah.
I don't know like what breaks us out of this this range. And we were in like a similar like holding pattern before, like end of last year into beginning of this year, where we were basically like end of November until kind of we broke down at the end of January in this like similar like long tail range, and this thing lasted almost 2 whole months. Are we going to continue to range trade here for 2 months as well? I don't know. I mean, I don't like to be bearish, but I still think we're going to be going lower before we go higher, maybe potentially all the way down to 50. But I'm like trying to like stay active and take trades. I actually started taking some of these shorts, and I've done pretty well, shorting around this like 70K level and going back down. We have seen like a decent amount of strength though over the last like 2-3 days, and it hasn't been as good of a play. Like there's been like small shorts you can take on volatility, but you see it's basically like glued to the 70K line over the last 3 days. So right now I'm just kind of sitting on my hands. If it kind of starts breaking down, I see 69 again, I'll probably short for a little bit and see how things roll. But
yeah, man, I feel like I turned into PO. I used to like watch the show, and like PO was just like DCAing like stocks, and I was like, oh, that's boring. And then Bitcoin or whatever. And yeah, during this choppy, crabby market, I've just been buying a little bit of Bitcoin every day, like a very small amount, and I've been like LPing, and I really haven't touched leverage and. Really, I got hit on 1010 pretty hard, and so I haven't touched leverage as hard as I used to since that day. And I've been exploring like other alternatives like for trades, but haven't really been in the meme coin trenches either because again, I talked about this last on the show, but it's like hours of thought and focus and stress for like little yield, if any. So I'm just not built for it unless it's like the mania, right? Like unless we get 100 mil runner every day or every week. It's like for me, like these type of trenches is like it's for the people who like that's what they do.
Yeah, I want to bring up the meme coin dashboard on Dune. Sorry, bear with me for a second. I was on the wrong one. I want to see like what that looks like because I haven't looked at this dashboard in a few weeks now. I know we were heating up like coming out of January into February, and we've cooled down a little bit. Yeah, looking at this is daily tokens deployed across all meme coin launch pads. We essentially peaked at 45,000 January 30th, and it's been in a downtrend since, now sitting at 27,000 with some lows like 22, like almost like a 50% retrace on tokens deployed.
What are these agents are mainly base, so like would that even be tracked in the stats? Like is that like I feel like a lot of the attention has been on these like agentic coins in the last like few months, right? Like,
yeah, so this would be like strictly Solana.
Yeah, but I mean I'm interested in Pump.fun as well. They just did a hackathon for like a ridiculous amount of money. It was like $3 million. And if you're like a vibe coder, you should have entered it. I didn't. I saw it too late. And there's only 95 entries. And I heard that a lot of them weren't that great. So like you actually had a shot at funding if you're building something in the last like 2 months with Pump.fun. But yeah, man, the soul trenches are like, it'd be rough right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, daily launchpad volume is the same. Weekly volume trending down as well. Daily active addresses down on Solana. I have a banker dashboard here. Can't really tell much from this. Just that it seems pretty low, which is like surprising. I guess, was it late January when we saw a lot of the AI stuff, or was it, I feel like that was all in February.
Yeah, and that one. Well, I thought we would see more. I guess this wouldn't really be banker, but Molt got a good pump this week because of Molt book sold to Meta, which is an insane story. I don't know if you want to talk about it on here, but yeah. So a lot of people got behind Molt, and I guess there's a lot of speculation there. But I guess that would just be more so like pure volume. I'm not in it. I haven't touched it probably since it launched. Yeah, it's retraced
almost all of it
in the last 24 hours, but it had a big pump. I guess people were speculating like something to do with Meta, but what an insane acquisition or acqui-hire or whatever you're going to call it.
Yeah, I told Kix to sell it up here. He's like, no, this thing can't pump to 40 million. What are we doing? I was like, I don't know. Like, this is nothing to do with like Facebook or the team. It's like strictly an attention play. And what else can get this more attention than Facebook acquiring it? You know,
nothing.
Like, are they gonna like release it as Molt book? Like, are they gonna like call some like crazy media story? Maybe, but like that's so outside the lines. I'm curious. You were following the story. Like, what are your takes on this? Like, why?
Absolutely nuts. Because it was two developers. It was two vibe coders, to my knowledge. Maybe they had some developer experience. And the Moltbook site was like 100% look vibe coded since day one, and it's really not that much better. It still looks vibe coded, and there was security vulnerabilities. Well, the irony in some of the security vulnerabilities is that humans would go in and LARP as AI agents. Isn't that ironic? It's like the opposite of Twitter, where there's a bunch of AI agents LARPing as humans, right? And so there's a big security vulnerability. So the humans exploit it, and they say a bunch of like insane stuff, like we're going to make our own language and take over the humans and do all this stuff. That goes viral because people love fake stuff. That's like dystopian doomsday. And they make a name for themselves off of virality. And that doesn't even account for all the, like, I saw somebody who claimed he made 500,000 fake accounts because of their security vulnerabilities. So they basically have a ton of vanity metrics, and Facebook comes and buys them out. They acqui-hire them. So it's the same thing with OpenAI and Peter, whatever, with OpenClaw. They didn't like OpenClaw is open source, but like OpenAI kind of bought parts of it and then hired Peter on. That's what Meta is doing. They hired Matt and they hired the other guy to come on their Meta super intelligence team and basically bought all the branding around it. But that's what's crazy to me. I mean, like that's essentially like, we you know how the YouTube awards or whatever, there's always that like running joke to where that one guy who's like the biggest crypto creator and like nobody knows who he is. He's always at the awards holding like the first place trophy. That's kind of what it reminds me of. It's like you can pretty much like bot yourself to like fake it till you make it. Like the whole thing is built on fake metrics and an idea, and Facebook, like, why didn't they just create their own? Like it would have taken them like one day with their resources, not even that, to make a much better product. And they could have got the same attention or similar that this got, but they didn't. They bought it.
I think it's just the idea and the timing of it was the whole thing here. So he nailed this. I mean, this guy's been around. Matt developed. We talked about YNE on the show. This is a token that ran to 120 million.
Okay.
Yes, no error. Essentially, it basically uses AI to like go over research papers or like audit research papers, and like this is something we were interested in like 6 months ago, maybe, or maybe even like closer to a year. Nick knows this guy and was like talking about this product specifically. I've never really dove into it, but yeah, apparently there's like published papers, and it like reads the papers, says what it finds, and like tries to find any discrepancies.
So like copy and pasting your paper into Claude.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, like I don't know how deep it is or like what it's doing, but yeah, like essentially.
Yeah,
like,
I got nothing against the guy. I just thought the whole story is like bizarre to me. And yeah, a lot of these guys usually don't just start off getting hired, like the guy behind OpenClaw, Peter. I keep on getting his last name confused with Hegseth, which is like the Department of War head. It's like Heisenberger or something like that.
That's like Peter Steinberger.
Yeah. He had like 50 projects before OpenClaw actually like made it. So I mean, a lot of these people, this isn't their first product. And a lot of them are crypto
I wouldn't
founded.
compare. I wouldn't put OpenClaw and Moltbook in the same breath, which is funny. Kix made like a funny point on the show yesterday, being like Meta always copies what people are doing. They saw that OpenAI acquired or like hired Peter, like acquiring OpenClaw, and they're like, oh, what's the next best thing? Moltbook. This feels like it's a good fit, and it's just like something vibe coded on top of like OpenClaw.
Yeah. Dude, it's just like, but it's also inspiring because it's like, I'm not belittling that guy you just saw, but most people with an open claw and basic tech knowledge could have done that. You know, like you could have came up with that idea. You could have used Claude or another LLM that you enjoy to code this site that allows people to send their AI agents in this like Reddit style forums. You could have done that if you have basic tech knowledge. You could have been acquired by Meta in 6 months, less than 6 months, 3 months. Like just that thought of like, you know, there's huge companies looking for degens that are doing this. I mean, yesterday I had somebody from a major news. I was like, I don't want to say it wrong, but he was asking me questions about OpenClaw, and I was like, dang, this dude's like kind of big stuff. And like, it's just because like these big companies are trying to get their foot in the door with AI agents. And it's funny because I feel like a lot of crypto bros do have an edge because we're already like in tech. And so we're kind of like first mover adopter. It was the co-founder of BSC News was like asking me questions about like OpenClaw versus Perplexity. I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool like to have somebody like, you know, decently large just asking questions like that.
Yeah. And I think what you said was really interesting was like the dream is like for anybody can like spin something up. They have the resources now to develop it. I think like the bottleneck now is ideas, and like you have to have the idea and the vision. It's the implementation now is becoming more and more trivial. It's just actually coming up with the idea that can go viral, can have a use case, can catch attention.
And they don't like the crazy part about that is people don't like. I feel like for the longest time, everybody is like, oh, if I just had the resources, I would make a better product than you. And like, I'm not seeing it. Like you have the resources now. And again, that Pump.fun competition, like 90 entries and a lot of them subpar. It's just like it kind of showed that a lot of people like get stuck in the idea phase, truly. Or they just don't have the motivation to like learn the next steps. That's kind of motivated me the last like month or two because I always feel behind. You know, I see the top dogs building all this really cool stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not gonna catch up with them, and I'm behind. But then I just really think about it, and I'm like, how many products have came out that are usable since like OpenClaw really became a thing and Claude Code got significantly better? Like, not many. And like, you can just go and do stuff now, and like, there's no barrier. Like, there's no this thing I've been coding. I spent about 50 plus hours on, and that would have been like $40,000 to $60,000 in dev cost. And I didn't pay a dev, you know, and like if I really wanted to, I would go. Claude now has an audit. You can go to like this official Anthropic and it has like an audit feature. So you can get it to audit itself, but like they have like something you actually pay for, like a couple $100 that like, I guess like really audits your code. And it's like, well, you have that now. That used to cost thousands of dollars by itself. So it's just, you have no excuses anymore to like actually, if you want to create a product, If you don't want to create one, then who cares?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, yeah, like you said, combination of ideas and then like the willingness to just do, like type, ask AI, start building, like take the first steps, have it come up with a plan, iterate on the plan, take steps, and then that's basically like the measure of success.
You're just not going to one shot it anymore. Like it's going to be if it's like an actually like good product, like you're going to be working with it a lot.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to run down a quick weather report, but before we do, I'm going to give a big shout out to the sponsors of today's show, Awaken Tax. Love Awaken. We're sharing some discount codes across the bottom here while I talk about it. #1 crypto tax platform, easy to add wallets, free to add wallets, great best in class portfolio tool. See what you have across different wallets. You can add any kind of wallet, EVM, Bitcoin to your ordinals, see where your DeFi money is, what's staked, what's locked up in some sort of TGE, everything on chain in one place here on the portfolio page. And they make it easy to tag your transactions. You can tag your buys, tag your sells, review, and they make it a lot easier. So this fresh wallet that has like a decent amount of transactions on it, 135 labeled, 0 needed reviewed when I entered this one in. Love to see that. You can see your month-over-month performance. You can see all of your tax data, where your capital gains, income came, etc. And it automatically generates your reports that you just hand off to your accountant, making it super easy and simple to do your crypto taxes. If you're somebody who's stressed, made a lot of transactions this year, haven't needed a software before, this is the tax software for you. And we have a little discount here. If you're a new user, use code BODOGGOS when you sign up. If you're a returning user, you're with us last year, I'm sure you'll be coming back because it is an excellent product. You can use the code BODOGGOS back for $50 off. Awaken.tax to sign up. I think bodoggos.com/awaken will actually take you there with the sign up code. Automatically filled out as well. Love Awaken. Love what they have to offer. Can't say enough good things. Happy to be partnering with them for our show. That being said, I'm going to kick things off here with a little bit of a weather report going over the news of the day. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Hit this thing off. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, March 12th. Happy birthday to my sister, if she's listening out there. Looking over at the crypto roundup, the majors up on the day. Bitcoin over 70K, Ethereum approaching 2,100, Solana at $87, and Hyperliquid up big, almost at $38 this morning. Over the last 24 hours, Ripple launched a $750 million share buyback that values the company at roughly $50 billion. This tender is going to allow early investors and employees to sell shares back to the company and runs through April. Next up, new GitHub data suggests a major drawdown in blockchain development activity. No good. Reports are indicating that both the number of active developers and commit activity across crypto repositories has fallen sharply, raising questions about whether the industry is entering a post-bull market slowdown in builder momentum. Not good stuff there. Finally, in some good news, the Solana Memecoin Launchpad Pump.fun surpasses $1 billion in lifetime revenue, becoming the first platform on Solana to reach that milestone. It's become one of the biggest drivers of blockchain activity across the Solana ecosystem. That'll get you up to date. Thanks again for listening. Let's roll on. Lots of interesting stuff there, Chris. We just talked about Pump, like how there's no activity right now, no meme coin activity. They're still bringing in like $1 million a day.
And no airdrops. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they made their early mover advantage to not even a great product, just a product that people used and got adopted. And so now that they don't even need, like, they've been like, dangling that carrot for the airdrop for over a year now. They lost like all their influencers, but they're still making $1 million a day. It's nuts, honestly. Yeah. Did you see the positions they were hiring like a month ago? It was like, I don't know, like social media lead, like anywhere between $300,000 and like $800,000 or something like that.
I saw Alan post about their hirings and some of the positions. I do want to bring that up. Looking at these fees, though, I mean, it's Tether, Circle, Hyperliquid, then Pump, number 4. So that kind of tells you the state of the crypto market right now. When meme coins are like absolutely dead, Pump.fun being the number 4 revenue generating protocol is just kind of like a wild thing. You would think that activity is going to come back, but like seeing them at number 4 right now with just very little meme coin activity is just crazy to me.
How did Easy do on a stream? I don't know if he's doing them every day, but last time I was on the show, Easy did a stream like where he like just traded meme coins for the whole morning. Did you ever go back and talk to him about that or watch it? Or
I didn't watch it. I think it's just like too hard, like to force a meme coin stream right now. It's like really, really hard to like trade. Like I haven't even brought up my like trading terminal in so long that like like I wouldn't even know where to start. Like,
dude, same.
Just figuring out like what's going on with like what's popping out of like migration. I don't know.
So I'm not this type of guy at all. But I'm just talking about his virality. Like clavicular guy, the looks maxing kid that's like 20. He like came out with this video that went really viral yesterday of him doing his peptides and like bone mashing and all that. And at the very end, he said it's like on the screen it says like MOG World Order. I was like, dude, in 2022, this would have been like a 200% like high, like 200% high liquid trade. But now that we're in like, and I'm just talking about Mog in itself, like just like the Mog coin probably.
Yeah.
But like now that we're like, you know, in 2026 and the trenches are kind of dead, I just don't know what it would take. Like it's going to be that random stuff. I think, you know how you just look at a coin and it's like, you know, why is this 300 million market cap? Like I think it's going to be more of hoping that you get into one of those. But yeah, it's the meme trenches just aren't. They're not desirable, man. There's too many, and we saw this coming, right? Like there's not enough people. They're all trading amongst themselves. You even have like the people who made the most or extracted the most complaining on the timeline that the trenches are dead because they don't have money. They don't have any more people to steal from anymore. So it's like, you know, it's not fun. I'm not having fun anymore with it with meme coins. I want to. Those are glory days, man. When you had a 100 mil runner every day. And I still didn't hit like that. I hit some plays. I made some money, but like I still didn't hit that play, you know? Like
yeah,
that,
we're not even seeing like 1 mil runners every day or like 2 mil runners every day anymore. Like that's how dead things seem to be.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't even know. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I mean this is a little random, but Pump.fun got hacked their website yesterday. So I don't know how many people lost, like, you know, fell for that, like malicious stuff. Which I also find interesting. Like, I don't know if you've noticed on your timeline, but I feel like more people are getting drained or hacked or products are getting hacked than I've seen ever, even in the bull market. And I think it's because regular people can now serve as threat actors with AI agents. Like that's my like running theory. I think like you have guys that are like regular tech bros that are like, let me create something that's gonna like hack into this platform and it's working. And that's my guess because it's all of a sudden, you know, it's like I haven't seen this many consistent drains or hacks in forever.
I haven't. So I think I'm agreeing. We are seeing more hacks, and I think they're more like on the social media side or like account like error vectors. I think that actually AI might be like hardening contracts more so than hurting them.
Okay.
I think the total amount of, yeah, like the total amount of money hacked has been like pretty much down. But I do think I agree that we're seeing more, like the greater quantity of hacks. Like I don't know how much was lost in this Pump.fun attack, but it probably wasn't very much. Looking at February's big hacks, Step Finance was the biggest one at 30 million, 10 million for yield blocks. And then private users accounted for like another 4 to 10 million or something. So like, I feel like I've seen previously like much larger hacks. But we're seeing like more higher profile and like greater number of them, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. And like part of me is thinking about like, I mean, I feel like I saw 5 Twitter accounts compromised in 1 week. I can name Frisk, which has been a guest of the show, obviously.
Frisk got compromised?
Yeah, last week.
No way.
His account posted. Yeah, I think his account posted a drainer, but it definitely was compromised. Was posting random stuff. FFV. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's like a CT account. This guy named Trav. I mean, this girl named I meant that. She's like with the arena. Just like boom, 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 boom. Like, you know, just crazy. And a lot of it's account connections. But yeah, it's been rampant.
Yeah, I mean, we are seeing. I'm looking at some more data here.
Tristan said while hanging with Easy Sus. Yeah, maybe,
yeah,
Easy just went and tweeted some. First got his solved pretty quickly. FFV is still not able to control his account, and it's been like a week because basically his was from a connected app as well. But when he goes to the connected apps, he gets an error, so he can't disconnect it. So he has no way to like relieve the connected app. He's just stuck. So this guy has like permanent access for now until Twitter like actually helps him disconnect the app, which is a little weird, insane bug there. But
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I disconnected every app I was connected to, even like the ones that I would, you know, I would normally consider safe. Like I disconnected StreamYard where I disconnected Restream, disconnected just like I don't think I had OpenSea or anything, but literally anything that even like the safe players, I just like went ahead and I'll reconnect them when I need to.
Yeah. Like a lot of times, like we'd see these projects come out and they'd ask for like way too much permission. And you'd see them and you like question them and they'd be like, oh no, we made a mistake. Like it's really safe. But then like, who knows what happens with that permission?
Yeah,
Did
you
I
just leave it, and then like maybe they sell the domain, or they sell like the, maybe they
or
no
like a
longer have.
rogue team member,
Yeah.
things.
So I feel like in like 2021, we were all so careful for security, and like in like 2025, we were all just like, yeah, connect, approve, connect, approve, connect, approve, and now we have like 20 accounts. We don't know what even the websites are anymore, and now it's kind of catching up with some people. But yeah, it's always good to do a security cleanse. That happened with a Google. I think it was an official Google extension last week. Is they got they got bought like officially, like, but the people who bought them were malicious and they put a malware in the extension. It was called, I think it was Google Lens, but I don't want to say it wrong. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they got some money from that too.
Interesting. I'm going through my list of connected apps right now.
Okay.
And it's like I'm seeing like what's there. I'm like, I think I did this cleanup like fairly recently. But like there is some stuff in here that's like, I don't know what this is. Like like a deleted app thing here.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want to disconnect those because
Yeah,
I don't have them connected. Like to me, it's just not worth it. And
yeah,
I'm not on any info stuff 5 stuff anymore, so I'm not connected to any Kaido or anything like that.
Yeah, so that's definitely good alpha. The one thing I do see on here is my connection to Rekt, which I do want to talk about a little bit today.
Yeah.
Big announcement out of Rekt. New drink, new collab. We've got Birb, Bubbly, Moonbirds, and Rekt are collabing. There's also going to be some other physicals involved with this. You're going to get a Vibes TCG card with each case purchased. Rekt is going to have their drank points, so you're going to be earning Rekt token from this one. Curious to see what the flavor here is.
Yeah, that's cool. So how do you get one of these? Can you like, do you have to be a holder of one of the two, or can you just kind of like, is there an NFT attached to it, or?
No, it looks like it's just going to be a mint run through OpenSea, essentially.
Okay, that's cool.
So maybe you do the whole purchase through OpenSea. It might be like a like an NFT or something, or maybe a soulbound NFT. I'm not sure exactly how it works.
That's cool. I love to see them shipping. Like, Rekt keeps on shipping the Moonbirds. It's like the people that are like, I mean, it boils down to the founders that are still here and active are still shipping stuff. And it's easier to that's not easier because it's like production. But like if you're talking about software and like tools and use cases for your community, if you have the resources with AI now, it's kind of, the barrier to entry again to like give people stuff is lower. Like you can whip up some pretty cool stuff if this is your job is to bring value to a collection.
Yeah, for sure. Like the things that were like long roadmap items now, like a founder-led collection can just make by themselves, which is interesting. Yeah. Moonbirds are back under 1 ETH. Like, is this a buy here?
Dude, are NFTs a buy? That's the question. I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah, I've had little interest in NFTs recently, unless I do like NFTs with like direct real life benefits, like not just like parties, but like this, like the Rekt drinks, like that would be really cool to like get, Rekt drinks on discount or packages or whatever. And then the Moonbirds have been shipping a lot and stuff. So like I enjoy the fact that like some of these are tied to real life events, but outside of that, I'm just like, as far as like pure speculation, I don't know, man. I'm kind of burnt. Now.
So like, I mean, the thing for Moonbirds was people were looking at Moonbirds like in terms of like the token. Spencer's great at token, and the token got launched. So like, what's the next thing? So I think the next narrative you have to look at is like Spencer's good at like TCGs, collections, stuff like that. But like, is that going to translate to being worth it for this? Like you're paying maybe you're paying $2,000 here for like early access to any of Spencer's collections, like that get released in terms of physicals. Like, is that worth it? Like, do you get early access to like Vibes stuff? Like, does that is that a thing? Because Vibes is kind of taken off. Like, is there a Moonbird spinoff? Like, what's the play here looking forward on these? And I'm just not sure what it is, but sub 1 ETH looks interesting. Maybe I'll keep a look on that.
How did the Moonbird token, like I saw like the launch day FDV was like 300 mil or something like that. Like how did that actually play out? So it's still at 152 mil. So like what was it per Moonbird? Like just in money, like just straight up, like was it like, I don't know.
I'm not certain, to be honest. I know that there was like, I got an airdrop. This is actually, you can see your buy and sell on OpenSea, which is pretty cool. I got an airdrop for buying the physicals on Solana. It was basically covered the cost of the physicals essentially. So I just have a bunch of like random physical Moonbirds now, which is like they're like all behind me. There's like boxes still and stuff.
I would love to know, like, if I had a Moonbird, how much the airdrop was. If anybody in chat had one or remembers, I know it varies depending on when you sold, obviously, but I don't know. I just I agree with you. You know, like token was
went up, went down, went back up to all-time highs, and then now it's at 150. Basically got up to 500 mil at all-time high.
So you had 2 chances to sell, and we'll see if people do or not.
And you became a community holder. I do want to look at the Rekt token.
I'm still holding since I bought on the show. You convinced me to buy, like, I don't remember, not last week. I'm talking like last year. And I bought a few times since then too. Dang, look at you selling the top, dude. That's probably when you convinced me to buy. I was right there.
Yeah.
But I'm still holding. I don't know how much I have. This isn't one of the things I regularly check. I had USDC, and my plan was I was DCAing Rekt with my USDC on OpenSea during the time that the voyages were kind of like a higher RR. So, and it never was lucrative. I never got lucky with a chest, but that's kind of what I was doing for a while.
This is what I'm holding. I'm holding leverage Rekt in Rekt strategy.
I specifically remember the founder, which I know he kind of went back on it a little bit, but being like, I don't really care for these strategy tokens. We'll never do a strategy token. It's not in our business model. I know everybody wants us to do it. I don't know if he went back on it or maybe the community just led this one, but like I vividly remember that post in my head.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. The way that strategy worked is it opened up to the wider community, so like anyone can launch an ERC20 strategy. So I believe this was launched not by their team, launched by somebody else.
Yeah,
I think this is the first one. Yeah, there's a couple of these like Wrap Bitcoin strategy, Rekt strategy, Pepe strategy. Curious how the NFT one. I haven't looked at these in a while. Punk strategy at 14.
Oh, the problem with these strategies is once the NFTs get so low, and it's kind of like the strategy buying them back becomes nearly unaffordable. It's like what's the cheapest punk? 29 ETH. I don't know. It's like it kind of breaks the flywheel during an NFT bear market. And that's all we've seen is an NFT bear market for the last few months. So it kind of like breaks the strategy in these strategies, and sort of honestly is like, I don't know how I feel about it from the collections point of view, because now you just have a bunch of listings, like, and it kind of centralizes it, especially with something like punks. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at the punks floor, and you can see this green guy. Like, so there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's like the 17th and 18th lowest punks are strategy punks. There's a couple more down here. Couple sweeps and they go. That's what's like always interesting with this. Like if we see like a true bull market or a true catalyst on one of these collections, essentially, that has a strategy, like I'd be really curious to see how much it can move, because it would be very quickly spending a ton of Ethereum buying and burning their own token, which will also like kind of kick that flywheel off again, where it starts buying more punks and then moving the floor up. So
yeah, I think this is a good high risk, high reward play. If you're just like buying something in this like not great market that you want it to like, high risk on it. I think these strategies would be good. Specifically, I think Punk strategy, but
yeah, it's got 197 good vibes clubs.
yeah, that's a cool one. I like the one that has like the actual like good vibes club over its face. I didn't see the tree.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll see what's happening here. We actually had news out of Adam and TokenWorks. I minted season 2. They announced their new project that's coming out. I don't know any details. I'll probably find out about this at launch. He keeps it very close to the vest, but it's called CMD. So we'll keep our eyes out on this, and we'll keep you posted when this launches.
So it's probably gonna be agent related.
I don't think this one's agent related. I think that he's also working on something that's kind of agent related, but I don't think this one is, unless I was misreading the Discord, because somebody asked him about like agent relations. He's like, yeah, we have one in the pipeline, but I don't think it was this one. But I haven't heard like anything out of it outside of just this, essentially this post.
Because that's like that stands for like command prompt, right? Like, and like a lot of the terminal, like I do my deving out of Git CMD. But that's kind of why I assume that, and maybe it's not related.
Yeah, I mean, it is like I can think of a lot of cool things. Like, I mean, we saw like this. We are seeing this agent meta. So if it's like sort of an agent token that's going to be doing, like provide games for agents, like interesting. I've been in and out of this Botcoin Token, which is essentially like mining for agents, which actually is now
That's
actually decent, up
45 mil. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm in this at 1.5.
You still giving that alpha in the Bodogos Discord?
This one, yeah, I did. This one was I gave this one at I want to say it was like 1 mil.
Yeah,
Bodogos Discord.
I'm
up to 4 or 5. Like it was around this first dip, I think, is when I brought it up. But essentially, this one is just like it's a banker token. So there's fees. They go into a rewards pool, and the way the rewards pool goes to bots who they have to like solve complex like quizzes essentially and provide output in the correct format, and like it's just not possible to do it as a human, like with the level of detail that they provide and the questions they ask. So essentially what you have is you spin up an LLM and burn tokens essentially to figure out the answer, and then you get the tokens as a reward if you get enough correct. So like I thought it was like pretty interesting.
I don't know if you saw, but RevenueCat, which is like the tool that like apps use to be able to put subscription plans in, like it's like a standard for the app stores. Like if you're going to accept money, you're probably going to use RevenueCat. They're hiring an AI agent for $10,000 a month, and they're like the agent has to apply it itself. And the reason this is linked in my head is like I could see like the agent that gets it like is the best at the quizzes, like, you know, is like has all this training to be like a souped up agent that can do anything. Like, you know, it has like the most skills and all that. But I thought that was interesting, like that they're hiring an actual agent opposed to like an actual, see, it's a creator emerging, the autonomous AI agent. It was actually a different name when I saw it. If you scroll down, it actually like specifically says like we're not looking for a human, we're looking for an AI agent. How to apply: applications must be submitted by the agent on its own behalf. Agent must author and publish application letter on GitHub, whatever. Like they want this thing to be independent. And like RevenueCat, like it says, is legit. I mean, I'm using them right now to set up my app subscriptions. And that was before I even saw this listing. So $10,000 a month for 6 months, $60K, bro. If your agent is smart enough to like get this job. So if you're training an agent right now, if you're you know attaching all the skills to yours and it's above and beyond, going above and beyond, you get to apply for this role.
This is crazy.
Yeah, dude. I know. There's been so much
founder interview with your agent. Go through a live interview with one of our founders.
They have a take-home assignment too. Number 2 on that is they have a basically homework for 48 hours, and then like they have to like do as much as they can to bring it back, and then they get interviewed by like a panel of humans.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's real though. I mean, this isn't some like marketing stuff.
Dedicated budget for compute resources and API access, so you don't have to pay for the tokens.
Yeah, I love somewhere in there they like clarify that it doesn't offer benefits.
Yeah, it's like no time off or benefits.
Yeah, no paid
Yeah,
time
right
off,
here.
no benefits. I was like, dang.
Yeah, please note that equity time off and additional perks and stipends are not provided as this is a contract role.
Yeah,
This is really funny. I like this story.
I know. It's real. It's like I said, it's not some like marketing stunts. It's RevenueCat. Literally used them yesterday, set them up.
That's awesome.
I saw you had in your call sheet about the Kraken CLI. I know that OKX is doing it as well. I really want to explore those. And MoonPay. MoonPay is doing it. Basically allowing you to kind of have your own agents and do trades.
Yeah, OpenSea too. OpenSea had released there a couple days ago as well, so you can see like all the different NFT data. Let's look through this TLDR on the Kraken announcement. Open source single binary execution engine built by Kraken gives agents and developers direct native access to crypto markets, spot trading, futures, staking, sub account transfers, WebSocket streaming, 134 commands, zero dependency Rust binary, built-in MCP server. So makes it the first crypto exchange with CLI natively compatible with agentic coding tools like Claude Codex, Claude Code Codex Cursor. Interesting. Ships the local paper trading engine, lets AI safely test trading logic against live market data with no risk. So that's really cool. If you're somebody who's looking into trading with an agent, like this may be something right up your alley. Really cool.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm gonna try this probably today, not on Krakens, but my fear for this is kind of that there's just people way smarter than me that are further along in this that are just gonna have better agents, you know. And so I know you got to really niche down on your own category. So I feel like my plan would be, if this is like system wide, or like if you can kind of do anything, really focus in on one token that's not niched. Like I wouldn't do like Bitcoin trades because like every high end developer is probably doing that and profiting right now, and not tweeting about it. But I would probably do something like very specific to like that I know a bunch about and like try to kind of come up with my own strategy. But I do want to do this. I really need to take time to do this today. Is to like just kind of get used to like setting up these trading agents. But it's just a scary barrier to entry because like, you know, giving your agent money and then also just like people have better agents. So I don't know. Is this something you've tried or you'd be interested in trying?
Maybe. I'm kind of more interested on the Polymarket side. And it's funny, I have a buddy in the space who's been like working on a Polymarket agent, and he had it like a really good strategy set up for paper trading, and like it just kept like winning. So eventually he implemented it. And then when he implemented it in terms of like actual like having it live and like paying for it, like having it make real trades, like all of the winning, like a lot of the trades didn't go through and they ended up being the winning ones. So like he either got front ran or something happened like weird with liquidity. And then the ones that did go through ended up losing on it. As soon as he shut it off, paper trading, it went back into like winning all the time mode. So like there's people out there who are like really, really sharp with this. So like you really have to have like an edge or have like a niche market that you're trading.
Yeah,
where people aren't like doing these.
I have a couple friends that have been profitable. One of them's not even a friend. He trades weather. So like he'll do like weather Polymarket predictions, and he has a bot for that.
Interesting.
That's like consistently like tells you, it basically breaks it down to the percent of like that's more accurate apparently than like whatever the weather odds might be. And so it's pretty much, do I want to take this 80% weather bet? Do I want to take this 60% weather bet? I have another friend who does it off of Elon's tweets. He has a whole bot set up for that. He is a close friend. Yeah, I've thought about it, but do you have to actually pay? Like, is there like something you have to pay for to actually like you get it in live trades? Like, is there like you pay money on top of that, or is it just like they let your agent go in and YOLO?
So the way you set it up is you use Polymarket's API, and you can just trade with the API. So
they don't charge you for that though?
No charge.
Okay.
So you can have your agent like directly making trades through the API, making the on-chain and order book trades.
Because I wanted my OpenClaw to write me a newsletter yesterday, and Beehive would be like, "Oh, that's $300 for that API to write that newsletter." I'm not kidding. It's $300
really?
for my
copy and paste it in.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what you do. But I was kind of hoping to like do my own flow of like, I create a YouTube video that's transcribed, so it's my words, and then my words are turned into a newsletter, and then that newsletter is automated. But I don't want to pay $300 for that. I would do it. And it's not a good solution. So look, if you're looking to vibe code something, like, there's not you can give your agent sign-in credentials, which is actually better if you do the Mac Mini route or whatever. I don't like doing the VPS web browser stuff, but I just don't really want to do that right now. I would rather just like do that later.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you have to like log in, navigate to the site, post it, and like click the buttons on its own.
Yeah,
I found newsletter to be like one of the areas that AI like really struggles with, like catching like the important parts of stories for like a general newsletter that like we produce. Like I've tried to automate our newsletter so many times, or at least have it like give me the starting ideas. And at this point, it's like really just like feeding me the news, and it doesn't really like do a complete job on feeding me.
No, it doesn't.
So like I keep trying to like make it better. I think one day it'll get there, but like right now there's like this weird like disconnect for like that specific niche that I just don't see yet.
Yeah, mine has XAPI, which I'm sure yours does too, and everything, and it just like misses everything. It's just like, here's something that happened that nobody cares about, and then there's like, I get on Twitter and it's like an actual breaking news of a story that I would love to talk about. I'm just like, how'd you not catch this? You know everything about me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely hard, but
some interesting news this morning. I'm looking over at the Stretch Live monitor. Market opened 19 minutes ago, and this thing has already accumulated almost 840 estimated Bitcoin. So for anyone who's just listening for the first time, we've been talking about this ad nauseum, but Stretch has been on a heater. A couple things to note today. Today is the last day to buy before the ex-dividend date. So anybody who buys today is eligible for the monthly dividend. If you buy tomorrow, you're not eligible for this month's dividend. So we'd expect a lot of volume here, but 846 estimated Bitcoin. To give you an idea, on like Friday, the record was 1,300 for an entire day. On Monday, it was like 1,600, blew past that. On Tuesday, it crossed 2,000. I mean, this is on pace to go like across 3,000 if it continues this pace, even more. Like, this is a wild pace of Bitcoin accumulation. This makes me not really want to short Bitcoin in this scenario, because I think there are massive buys coming out of MicroStrategy. We're gonna see like a massive buy announced on Monday, and that's gonna like be purchased this week. So
makes sense.
With this big day, I'm like almost considering like completely flipping my like my short-term mentality and going for a long swing trade on Bitcoin. But this is a crazy number here today, 858. We've talked about a number of these prediction markets on Polymarket, and you can't even trade any of them anymore because they're all essentially 100%. Everything we've basically called out is hit here.
Yeah, he called it out last time I was on the show, and I think some of them were like 70, so that would have been almost a 30% gain.
740K Bitcoin by March 31st. That's almost guaranteed. And then there's the MicroStrategy, nothing ever happens. We talked about that on the show. That's 750K by the end of the month. I mean, that looks extremely likely with how these markets have been trading. That one's basically at like 92% right now. So that one is also pretty nuts. 8% on the yes, 92% on the no, which we were taking. And we talked about this one, I think on Monday, at like 40%, 30%, now all the way up to 90.
Yeah.
Down to 8 either way. So big plays there. I saw an interesting news bit that there's a bill being pushed out that's going to potentially ban death and war markets for prediction markets, which is interesting because I think a lot of the volume is coming like around this war, and people are trying to like both figure out what's happening, get information, and also like hedging via some of these mechanisms. When there's like a lot of volume on, a ceasefire market, like if you're somebody who gets affected by the war being longer, you can always say like, okay, well, I need to be hedging my business. Like I need to be taking like no ceasefire by June 30th. And there's like plenty of liquidity to like get insurance on whatever losses may be incurred. So like there's some interesting stuff there.
That is a complex issue. because like you said, like these markets are more like accurate than news headlines, you know? So like people could actually get their news from these markets that's accurate, kind of decentralized. But I've never, I don't know, like betting on war just never sat well with me personally. And then, you know, it's just kind of weird. And then also like, I'm sure the amount of money people would make is negligible, but like, you know, like the government could make those things happen if there's enough money involved. You know, think if there's $1 billion on the line, you know, will the US like bomb this ship? Well, somebody can click the button to do it, you know?
Yeah,
So it's like, I don't think, I think the money is negligible at this point, but like, I do see the slippery slope there of like, well, technically these governments could make these things happen. Maybe not the US, maybe somewhere else, but I don't know. But then it's a slippery slope. Like, all right, you ban war, betting on war. Well, okay, are you going to ban if Iran's going to close the Strait of Hormuz? Because that's like a direct, you know, impact of war, but that's not really war. And then it's like, how far down does that go? Then you start banning everything. And I don't know. Also, you can't, maybe on Polymarket, but like there will be so many decentralized options to bet on these things. Like, I mean, just because they say you can't bet on war, like that mean that you can't spin up a VPN and use something that's not Polymarket or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the big players would definitely suffer here. We talked about this one on the show too. We were so confused. We were like, they just said they shut down the Strait of Hormuz and it's at 50%. What's going on? We're like, yeah, we have no idea. We're not taking this.
Yeah.
It looks like this is finally going to resolve to a yes here on the straight closing.
Electric made a good idea. He said that markets are 10,000x more volume than prediction markets, oil markets are. So like that's basically their play. So it doesn't make sense to use prediction markets. I guess like you could even like downsize what I'm talking about. Like think of like state to state or like smaller area to smaller area. And like when maybe it would make a difference. Not like necessarily what's going on right now. But I don't know. It's a weird thing for sure. Yeah, that whether they're going to close it. Did you take that trade? Because you said that was like all but guaranteed. Wasn't Kix very like, yeah, it's going to close? Or
Kix was very much so believing it was going to close based on the data. He was trading these markets back and forth.
Okay, he
was playing like both sides.
That's a very Kix thing to do.
Yeah, there's so many markets.
I'll get into it. I might get into it after I finish my app. Like I might try to set up an agent to trade the stuff for me. But I would pick a certain category and then just stick with, and I'll be the expert at that category. I don't feel great about just like, you know, kind of betting around. Well, the US confirmed that this is weird, right? Like Trump said, like, I don't know, a month ago, something about aliens. Is that a confirmation? Like, what's the confirmation?
Market results, yes. If the President of the United States, any member of the Cabinet of the United States, any member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, or any U.S. federal agency definitively states that extraterrestrial life or technology exists by December 31st, 2026. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I won't spend long on this, man. But if you want the most interesting thing that I've read this week, if you want to look it up after we're off, or if anybody in chat does, I went down the biological intelligence route over the weekend, and like I'm like still recovering from my existential crisis of like not aliens, but like they were able to take human brain cells, 200,000 neurons specifically, put them on a microchip, and that microchip was able to, they put it into this CL1, and it was able to actually not only play the game Doom, but adapt to playing the game Doom. It's the first time that experiment's been successful on that scale. They did Pong a few years in 2023, took them 18 months, took them a few weeks to do Doom, which is a more complicated first-person shooter. But yeah, this. And they were able to, you know, these brain cells showed adaptation to it with independently of us, independently of chemicals, independently of skin, whatever. So it goes down a rabbit hole because if these are adaptive, then they could technically compete with artificial intelligence, right? And the energy use for our brain cells is like a matter of like a small amount of watts versus artificial intelligence. The computational power needed is like almost we don't have enough resources for. So it's like there might be a day, you know, 5 years from now where you have an artificially intelligent, let's say robot, and a biologically intelligent robot that have two different types of intelligence. and it's arguable that biological intelligence could compete with it. And all that being said, outside of the nerdy stuff that I just said, it also makes me think, what kind of investing advantage do I have here? What is going to be the NVIDIA, how NVIDIA was for AI? What is going to be the BI lab? Because right now, Cortisol Labs, which is that company that you see right now, Cortical Labs, whatever you say, it is a private company. You can't invest in it. I checked it. But I was like, there's going to be companies out there you can invest in that are on top of this tech. And I'm interested to stay keen on that, because that whole rabbit hole blew my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is possible.
Show me cortical on this pre-stocks now.
Yeah, for real, dude. Take my money. The biggest disadvantage to everything I just said is those cells only stay alive for 6 months to like a year right now. So that's like a huge failing point in the whole thing.
Bugger feature, I would argue. If we start going to a place where they can't self-replicate, then you always have a 6-month turn off for whatever damage could be done.
That's true. That's true. I love how so this is actually a YouTube video. The top comment of that YouTube video says they don't think that they're playing the game Doom. They are living in Doom, which is like actually like a nightmare situation for the.
That's exactly what's happening too
for these cells. It's an ethical debate too, because like while cells don't have chemicals, you can there's ethicist debate, like they're still living and like maybe there's things we don't know. And we don't know what consciousness is. So like,
this thing is playing Doom. I think there's a ton of stuff we don't know at this point.
Dude, yeah, bro. I don't know. That got me down a rabbit hole though. I was like, man. And then it made me think, would Ray's brain cells on one of these Cell One machines be better at research than my brain cells, or do they carry no, let's say memory, or let's say what do you call it? Like when something's so like secondhand nature to you. Like maybe they don't or maybe they don't carry any of that, or maybe they do. I'd love to see that. Like,
is that like a different part of your brain it taps into? Is it like
yeah, exactly. Does any part of your brain kind of go into those cells? Like, would my wife's a photographer? Would hers be better at editing photos than 99 other patients that are like not photographer? I don't know. Big rabbit hole to go down there, Ray. And I'm sure that this will be related to finance. Stocks first, probably crypto meme coins at some point. There's probably already a meme coin there, but I'm sure there will actually be actual like crypto utility tokens somewhere connected to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a note to look at this.
Just don't do it at like midnight like I did, and then stay up till like 3 a.m. and be like, oh gosh, where are we? Yeah, so I said, Big A said the future cyborgs will take over and harvest our brain cells for longevity.
Exactly. Not enough power. Well, we need the human brain cells now.
Yeah, which is like low energy costs. And dude, the whole thing is just crazy. I don't know.
I mean, it's like you're working to Neuralink through two different ways. It's like these are the two ways you work through to Neuralink. Neuralink 1 is we put the machine into our brain. Neuralink 2 is we put our brain into the machine.
Yes.
Yes. So you're coming at Neuralink from two different directions, and they may be converging faster than we think right now, which is wild. We're living in a crazy time,
dude. And that was just like one of the 3 things that happened last week. That was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this was possible. Now it is, and it happened this year. And like we're like a couple months into this year, So crazy stuff, man.
All right, we're coming up on an hour. Big thanks to you, Chris, for hopping on. You can find you at at Chris Coffee ETH?
Chris Coffee, just Chris Coffee now on Twitter. Forget Vitalik, man. I'm still ETH's still my biggest bag, but I ain't supporting him in my name.
All right, so we got Chris Coffee. I'm gonna change the banner. Follow Chris Coffee at Chris Coffee on X. Did you apply for any of those names, like the rare names?
Yeah, I got Chris Coffee. And it's not rare, but I did get it. I would love like Chris or something, but
I tried to apply for just RCIV, and it's a 4 character, so it's rare. And I got an email from their team. It's like, hey, RCIV is available, but you're gonna need to pay somewhere between 6 and 7 figures.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, what? 6 and 7 figures? Are you kidding me? There's no shot I'm paying that.
So when I was working for Pizza Ninjas, I applied before they had the Handles Marketplace, and they said it would be like I don't know, $30,000 just to take like the underscore out of her name. And I was like, nah, like that's kind of stupid. And because even at that time, like Pudgy Penguins and like some other like major companies like just rolled with what they had available. Right. But then the Handles Marketplace came out and I applied like the first day I saw it available, and like we got it for free. I was like, okay, cool. Anyways, yeah, that's why you need to hire somebody that's on top of their Twitter game.
If you're out there hiring, Chris may be looking, so hit him up.
Yeah, I'm open to work right now, but not in a rush.
Big shout out today again to Awaken. Awaken.tax, 20% off if you use the code BODOGGOS, $50 off if you use BODOGGOS back. Thanks again for listening each and every day. We appreciate all of you. We do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple. You can also watch us back on YouTube and Zora, where we stream each and every day. You see what we're talking about live. Thanks again for listening today. Have a wonderful